Hello, Taurus. Welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Taurus is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your tarot card reading. Please hit the like button, leave a comment. Consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. It is totally free. It doesn't cost you anything. If there's anything you would like me to pray over, or meditate upon, or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Taurus, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And a Four of Swords. Interesting. I feel like you're going to be experiencing a lot of relief, right? I feel like there's been a lot of tension going on lately. I feel like you've been stressed out, right? I feel like there's just a lot going on. You're involved in a lot of stuff. I feel like there's a lot of tension, like headaches and stuff, you know? I feel like that's going to be breathed out. Yeah, I feel like some fresh air is coming. I feel like some relaxation, some restoration, some rejuvenation, some healing, and some rest, right? I feel like this card is a relief from the mental tension. The stress, the mental stress, is going to be gone. All right, let's put this into some context. That's always good news, right? Let's put that into some context here. Four of Swords. Aha, Three of Cups. Oh, yes. I think there's a lot of family stuff that that you've been involved with. Maybe stuff even with mom. I feel there's just been a lot of kind of family tensions lately. And look at that. We've got, and I don't do reversals. See, these cards are all facing the same way. But the Nine of Swords, right, came out upside down, see? It doesn't usually do that. Very interesting. Here we have an ace. Oh, nice. An ace of wands. That's really good. That's really, really good. I wonder if we'll get some earth energy here in the next one. Yeah. Now we've got balance. We've got major arcana. Okay, we've got spirit. We've got fire, water. Got air and earth. This is spectacular. Really, really nice. And I like that our Nine of Swords is kind of upside down, although we got to be careful with that. Because sometimes this upside down Nine of Swords is us giving back to them exactly what they gave to us. And maybe that's not what we want to do. But maybe this is also us kind of being immune, right? We're kind of inoculated against that venom now, right? And so we're just able to kind of let things go. We're able to relax, to release and to relax and to enjoy and to celebrate. I mean, a lot of holidays coming up pretty soon too. We got the devil energy and we've got the sunshine. Very cool. We've got a Prince of Wands and a Four of Cups. I like the fours here because the fours are both this they're kind of a stability, right? The tension has kind of been released and things are just kind of flowing. Things are doing what they're doing. This is a temporary thing because eventually we have to start making progress again. But at least we're out of the storm. Okay, there's a crisis, there's a problem. This is now, we've settled it, right? This is a resolution of this. It's a peaceful mind and a restful heart, right? Or a peaceful heart and a restful mind, whichever way you want to say it. And then I think there's a lot of creative juice that's being allowed to come to the surface again. We've got that Ace of Wands at the top. Right, which is like you're able to really feel this inspiration again. Now that we're through this trouble, well, maybe just these three. These three are holding us back from these three, right? And usually we'll see the Empress and we'll think, well, how can that be holding us back from anything? An Empress is a wonderful, wonderful card, and yeah, but every card has light and shadow. There is shadow in this Empress energy. For the one, I think that this is the temptation for you to stay embroiled in this trouble, this discord, this kind of turbulent sea of these family issues. And I say family issues, but maybe it's a work family, maybe it's a friend family, maybe it's your chosen family. I don't know. I'm just a guy. There's a temptation there. There's a seduction there. There's something comfortable and familiar about it, right? And this also is the card of mothers, the card of homes, the card of childhoods, So I think that there's a lot of history there. There's a lot going on there, and it's really tempting to just stay enmeshed in that whole debacle, right? There is something familiar and something safe about it, even if it is very stressful and very tumultuous, and even if there is a lot of venom kind of going back and forth. Of course, we could look at the positive sides of the Empress energy, and we can say, yeah, this is a situation that needs a lot of healing, and I feel like it's going to get a lot of healing. We got water here, we got water here. You know what? Let's pick the mystery card. This is the bonus card. Oh, we got a volunteer. We got 2 volunteers. Let's just keep going. This will be the mystery card. Okay. Bob Ross is going to go right on top of that. Don't let that card go anywhere, Bob. Cards are flying all over the place today. We're not going to look at that mystery card until the end of the reading, but it will tie everything together. It will give us the confirmation that we need. All right. And if at any point during the reading you feel like you know what that one is, put your prediction down in the comments. Now we're going to look at these 2. And these 2 are really, really nice. Really wonderful. We have the Chariot card, which is another card that talks about home, right? It talks about kind of our obligation. This is almost our filial piety, right? Our obligation, our obedience to this home situation, to this family scenario. And it might involve your mom or a motherly type of figure directly, okay? And of course, we've got the 4 of Swords again. So there's a doubling of this 4 of Swords that says, yes, you need to disengage from whatever this 9 of Swords was. And I don't care which way it's facing. It's not a very good card. It's not a very friendly energy, right? But every card does have light and shadow. And so with the 9 of Swords, I almost wonder if there was something that has there's a can of worms that got opened, right? It sucks. It's stressful. It gives you headaches. It creates a lot of tension in the family. We're just gonna say it's family. But it's kind of like it's a catch-22. We'd rather have it out in the open, but at the same time, now it's out in the open. We've got to deal with it, and it's gonna mess with us, right? We don't like it. We don't enjoy it. But with the 9 of Swords, this is kind of a truth that is better off kind of out in the open where we can deal with it, come to terms with it, and let it go, than something that's just going to always be underneath the surface, kind of taking jabs at us, right? So this is a card we'd rather know about it than not know about it. This could also be kind of a way of seeing people's true colors, right? Everything kind of comes out in the open. Now we can see what's really going on here. It's painful. We're tempted to give the venom right back, right? We're tempted to throw the daggers right back at our opponent. But instead, I feel like we're disengaging. We're just saying, no, thank you, right? Because we know that this is leave that card there. This is a pit. This is a snare that will trap us forever. Right? Forever. So we're getting out of that. We're going to focus on creativity. We're going to focus on healing. We're going to focus on prosperity and wealth. Right? But there is an obligation here, and I feel like this really it has to do with a family thing. And I feel like it might even have to do kind of with this motherly energy. It could be an older sibling or something too. We don't know. But it has to do with this very, the home, the childhood home, or how you grew up, or something along those lines. Okay? I think you're ready for a drastic change, though. I think you're ready because of this, the Chariot card. And the Chariot card is one of these energies that, there is this obligation to the family to stay at home and help the family. But then there's also this urge, this almost a responsibility in life to go make your own way, forge your own path. Right? And I think the urge to do this is very strong in you now because we had this big thing, this realization, which again, It's a can of worms that got opened. Rather know about it than not know about it. And maybe it's making this decision a lot easier for you. Now that we've had this, I don't know if this was like a blow up, if this was a big argument, or it's something that just kind of, it's like, oh, we're going to have that conversation today. Okay, let's go. And then it took place, right? I think that is opening the door to healing. That's opening the door to you finding your voice, finding your creativity, healing, and focusing on your life and your path in life. That Chariot card is, it's begging to be activated, right? You're ready for this Chariot energy to come in your life, and it's really like Spirit sending the Uber to come pick you up. Sending the divine chariot to come and just say, are you getting in? Because you've got this amazing future that you need to focus on. So it's almost a thankful moment. We're almost thankful that we had this experience, even as painful as it might be, because now it's allowed us to heal. And maybe everybody's healing, right? Maybe the reason why we have these doubling of the Four of Swords is because it's not just you that's feeling better from all of this, but the air has been cleared. Now maybe there's a better relationship that can be had with everybody involved. Now I don't know if it's mom exactly, but whoever's involved in this situation, now everybody can heal. And we've got a Three of Cups. There are holidays coming up, right? So I don't know if this maybe has something to do with that, or if this is at least going to change the nature of those holidays. Maybe this will really be a time for healing for everybody. Yeah. Maybe this is a situation that we needed to fight it out. We needed to hash this thing out so that we can realize how we really truly feel about each other. And we can come together and we can bond and we can heal together as a family, as a business, as a group of friends, or whatever. Yeah. You understand the process of creation on the emotional plane. You know what kind of emotional experience you want in life. Nobody wants to go through life feeling angry or sad or any of these things, or scared. We know that we want to feel joy and pleasure and happiness, right? And safety and all of these things. And so you're going to make the best choice that you can in order to get the emotional experience that you're after. And you get that. You understand that. And so sometimes we have to make that difficult decision. Okay, well, let's have the conversation, because we know that it's through this difficult decision, this difficult process, that we're going to create the emotional experience that we want. Okay? And there might be a lot of tears, too, with this. There might be a lot. That's okay. That's healing, right? And that Empress energy, this is Spirit's way of of bringing this healing about, okay? And it's through this process I think you're going to really have a visitation of this Ace of Wands energy. It's up at the top, right? This is something that's coming down. This is fire. This is light coming down into your life. This is that creative enlightenment, right? This is that inspiration. This is now like you've got this surge of ambition, of creativity, I was going to say ambition again, but it's this energy that leads you, that drives you, that pushes you toward the Ten of Pentacles, towards prosperity, towards your future, right? It's really an inspired feeling here. And this might be, the Ace of Wands up here might be an opportunity or an idea of where you are going to be taking your life in the future, okay? I don't know what kind of work you do or I don't know what phase of life you're in, but I feel like this situation was kind of dimming this light. We didn't really see that yet because we were here. But now that we've had the relief from this and we're no longer so stressed out about this, now we're able to really see this creative light that's within us and figure out where it's taking us, right? Ace, this is the beginning and the end, right? Ace of Wands. The number 1 in the suit of fire, the number 10 in the suit of earth. It's literally the beginning and then all through the suits of the tarot to the 10 of Pentacles. So this is an influence coming into your life with this spiritual energy that's going to transform everything. So we've got that 10 of Pentacles. We have to really figure out, what is this? And now, this is an interesting dilemma that we're in, because we say we need to kind of know where we're going. With a 10 of Pentacles, it's typical to have a goal in mind, right? What is the outcome that you want? And yes, we should do that. You should get out a sheet of paper, get out a pencil, draw a picture of your best life, right? Make a list of what wealth means to you. Just maybe write a couple hundred words. What does wealth mean? What does your future look like? Where do you want to be in a year from now, for instance? And use that as your starting point. But the ace is kind of saying the opposite. It's saying, don't worry about where you're going. Just start walking the path, right? Because the further we get on this path, the more this 10 of Pentacles is going to change. Those details are going to change. The more we allow this creative, spiritual, enlightened, whatever, divine energy into our life, this consciousness, this will, the more we're going to discover about ourselves, and the more the 10 of Pentacles will change. That's why I said to use a pencil, right? Because you're going to have to modify that drawing, and that's part of it. You have to have an outcome in mind, maybe just a vague, general kind of direction. And then the further you advance on the path, you're going to be able to refine those details. Okay? But the 10, this is in your future. This is in the future position. Releasing this basically the 9 of Swords, releasing this energy is going to allow this really tremendous surge of creative energy. And if we travel that path, right? If we travel that path with that chariot, we're going to get this best life. Okay? And it's very unique. It's very individual. This is that goal. This is that really huge outcome that we want, that long-term kind of life that we want. The details will change, and that's important to keep in mind. Let's move over to the path of the serpent. As we do this, I would like to ask for your subscription. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It's totally free. It doesn't cost you anything. All right. We start with this devil energy. Now, the devil energy is very important, and it's kind of twofold. Every card has light and shadow. The devil card kind of wants to cling to this situation. It's kind of like it's an energy that doesn't want to leave home. There's this temptation. We feel somehow obligated. And again, we talked about that with the chariot a little bit, this kind of duty or obligation to kind of stay close to home, to stay in this energy, and to, it's really kind of this, it's really an independence that we're kind of experiencing with the ace, and we've got to be able to motivate this goat, this devil energy. It needs the fire under its butt to get it going. Once it gets going, there's no stopping it. This devil energy will climb any mountain that you put in front of it. All right? So it is that ability to really bind yourself to something, some work, some decision, some ideal, right? And it's really, I think, is the question of what are we chaining ourselves to? What are we binding ourselves to? What are we committing ourselves to? Are we committing ourselves to staying here in this situation that this is where we have been? Or are we going to bind ourselves, chain ourselves to our best future? Okay, that's really the choice that we need to make. And then once we make that choice, this goat it has the endurance to do it. Right? There is a mountain, and I think with the Ace of Wands, I don't know what it is. I feel like you do. I feel like you know what that kind of big, unbelievably great goal is for you. I feel like you know what you want in life. You have a good idea of the 10 of Pentacles. I don't know what that mountain is. I think you have a good idea. If we look at the next card, we've got the sun. Okay? Now in the sun, we see that mountain. we see that mountain that's like, that is the pinnacle of holiness. That is, this is God, goddess, deity, right? At the top of that mountain. And we feel like this is our holy path, our holy mountain, And it's everything, The fact that this card's in the environment gives you a lot of perspective, okay? And I think that this is really, this is an illumination that's happening within you, but it's allowing you to see the truth of everything from this kind of, from a solar perspective, right? I think that we're able to see what was, I'm trying to choose my words here, what was difficult about this past situation. What I want to say toxic, but I don't want to call it toxic, right? What was kind of not really, what was a little bit dysfunctional about that? We're able to see it. We're able to understand what that was, why that was, and in theory at least, avoid that kind of thing again, right? There's a certain awareness. There's an opening up of consciousness here. But I feel like we're really on this path of healing too. We've got that Three of Cups. The Sun card too is very much about healing, about restoration, about becoming whole again. And maybe you would call it a toxic situation. Maybe it was something that was limiting you in that way. That was kind of detrimental to your progress. Now we've freed ourselves from that, and we can heal from that. And not only can we heal, but we can ascend, we can rise, we can make this unbelievable progress. Okay. And I think that there's still a very strong connection with this motherly energy. Okay. If we think of this as the mother, we think of this as the child, right? I was going to say the son, but it's not gender specific. It's a son after all. We see the kind of mother and child relationship here. Okay. And maybe this is, through this process, everybody involved can heal. Everybody that's part of this situation can become the best version of themselves. Yeah. And sometimes it takes a little bit of distance to allow that to happen, right? But the sun is very much you becoming the best version of yourselves. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if the mystery card is the Hierophant, which is your power card. Let's move over to the Prince of Wands here. There's going to come a point in the future where you're going to be asked to return here, or maybe even return here. There's going to be a test of your commitment to yourself, your soul, your path, your future, your spirit, your inspiration, your idea. There's going to be a test. And it's going to be, something that's going to ask you to return, going to try to lure you back into this whole situation that we have kind of gotten free from, right? So be ready for that. It's a test of your commitment to your path, okay? Now, we see the Four of Cups at the very end here, and that's significant because this is the baseline healing. We've gotten out of this situation, and we've gotten away from the storm. We've gotten out of that turbulent ocean. But now what? Now we really have to turn our attention to spirit, to ourselves, to our own light, and start on this journey. Okay? So I think currently we're going to be right here at the Four of Cups. And it's easy to say, okay, well, Four of Cups, I've gotten away from the storm. It was good, right? But then the storm's still pretty close by. It could easily catch up to us, or we could drift back to it if we don't make an intentional decision. If we don't start doing something willfully right now, we're going to find ourselves right back where we started, and we're not even going to be aware of it. Right? We're going to drift so slowly that before we know it, we're right back in that storm. So when we get to this point, now maybe you're still in the storm. When we get to this point where we've gotten away, we put a little bit of distance there, we have to make sure that we formulate a plan, and we execute that plan, and we keep moving forward so that we don't drift back. Okay? Now, I'd like to see the mystery card maybe be an indication of that, right? That we're making that decision. I said maybe this would be the Hierophant. I'm not really feeling Hierophant, though. I'm not really feeling Hierophant. I'm kind of feeling more fire energy. I'm feeling, God, I'm kind of feeling like a Tower card, to be honest with you. But if you have a prediction, I want you to put it in the comments. Yeah, I'm kind of feeling the Tower here. Let's see what we've got. Oh yes, indeed, an Ace of Cups. Well, this is healing. This is I think us choosing. This is another ace, right? We have the beginning of this, and I feel like we are from here, from the Four of Cups. We're now choosing Ace of Cups, right? We're choosing to start and continue on this path of healing and inspiration. This is like a new beginning. Right. And so we have an ace. We've got this 4, and it's kind of like we're just kind of floating here. We're picking a direction. We know exactly where we want to go, and we're teaming up with that Ace of Wands. And I feel like, for one, I think the Ace of Cups and the Ace of Wands, right? It's fire and water. Well, what is the Chariot card but the Cancer energy? And what is Cancer? Fire and water. It's the cardinal water sign. So this is really the choice to get in that spiritual Uber, right? Get in our divine chariot and get toward our future. This is what we're doing. We're taking all of that and we're going in this direction. From this point, when we get here, when the storm is over, things have calmed down, we've got to activate this chair. We've got to get in that divine chariot and go toward our future. Don't go back to this, right? This is what we're after. And the Ace of Cups really is your holy grail. This is the beginning of all healing and love and bliss and compassion, right? There's no animosity, there's no hatred here. It's one of healing. And we want everybody to experience that, right? But we have to make that choice for ourselves, for us to go in this direction, and hope everybody else finds their source too. Yeah. It's the source of all love, all healing. Yeah, but it's the beginning of this path. See, we got this 4 of Cups. This isn't the healing, really. This is the storm being over. Things have calmed down a little bit. Now we have to start on the road to healing. And this is that first step. The Ace is the first step on that new path. Okay. And it's very cool that we have the fire and water with the Chariot, fire and water, right into this wealth, prosperity, wholeness, whatever the 10 of Pentacles means to you. This is really extraordinary. Now we're going to do an extended reading as well once I clean this mess up. If you want to stick around for that, there's a link up here in the corner. There's a link down below in the video description. New readings for Taurus every Monday and Friday, but I am here every day. If you want to come back and see me again tomorrow, you are welcome. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It is totally free. It doesn't cost you anything. And leave a comment for me. Let me know where in the world you're watching from. I want you to know that you are the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you. And we're all in this together.